This is Kimmy Kim and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some journals, a series of three, a trio that I made, and something unique about them is that they are all Tim Holtz. So you Tim Holtz fans out there, you're going to love them. They not only have the fabric of Tim Holtz, but all of the embellishments and paper and photos and ephemera, all that stuff is all Tim Holtz. So that was a lot of fun to collect. It took me a little while. The charms even, here on this, I called this one Journey. The charms are Tim Holtz as well. So the only thing, I think the only thing is the sari silk and seam bindings that I use. But anyway, that is what's unique. We have three here. One is Journey, one is Curiosities, and one I call Flight. Not sure which one to start with. I guess we'll start with Journey. It seems it's my favorite actually. And that is this one right here, and the lighting is very poor. It's very dark out and kind of late, but I wanted to get this recorded and these journals into my Etsy shop, so I apologize for that. I tried to put a little lamp here so we would have better lighting, so hopefully that will help. Okay, with the front here, this cover is the material is Tim Holtz, and here you get a better view of it. And it's to complement his wallflower collection. And it's really pretty with the bluebirds, and the red berries on the tree. Very pretty. It is a hardcover. I made it with a medium chipboard, so it's really thick. I think it's an 1/8, a little more than an 1/8. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but it's all sewn. I've sewn all around it. And let's see, here we have some crocheted lace on the binding. And underneath it, I do have a little bit of cheesecloth that's been coffee dyed. And I have the cheesecloth underneath the photo with some burlap here around it, trimming the trim here. And the picture is from one of his ephemera packs. The paper here underneath the Journey Awakens the Soul. What does he call these? I don't know, plate? I'm not sure. I put some little twine on there and stuck it down to one of his papers from the Wallflower collection. And then on his bulb pins, I pinned that up with one of his jump rings and this bird to go with the theme of it. And this here is some, sorry, it's actually coffee dyed sari silk. And it's a hitch fastener. And then here is just a eyelet. So now we'll just get into it. I left the front because it's so pretty with this fabric in here. I left it without putting any pockets or anything like that on it. There's plenty of pockets throughout the journal, so I left that to add the color that would match up with the bluebirds. And to start off, we have this vellum that is from his collection. And in the pocket here, I just coffee dyed and sewn a card. And this is from one of my favorite authors. Oh gosh, what's her name? I just went blank. That's gonna drive me nuts. Oh my gosh, I want to say Diane, but it's Edith Holden. It's like, sorry I had to step away, y'all, but it would have drove me crazy. Totally would have driven me crazy. So a little impromptu there. And with one of Tim's little tiny paper clips. So cute. So there's some information there. Okay. It's coffee dyed, and I did some sketching, and it was with a stencil purchased from AliExpress. I'm not sure with this lighting if you can see the stenciling on this side. It's like little dandelions when they're puffy, and they're all here. This is actually this is Edith Holden, and the other book was a reference book, so I misspoke. Sorry about that. All that hoopla and I got it wrong. And here is an old, I didn't have to dye this at all. This is very old. It's an old Sears catalog, and I don't remember what year it is. I believe it's in the 60s. And here's all the pockets that you see. I'm pretty much they're all sewn, so I'm not gonna repeat that. And I'll just go in and show you what's in them. This is some Tim Holtz ephemera, as well as this is actually his paper. And he's got the backside marked document, and you can use it as a journaling card. And a little clip. Some more stenciling. Here, another one of his papers, and a quote from Ralph Emerson on coffee dyed paper. Here's some ephemera. And this is ephemera from his one of his kits, Note to Self. And a double pocket here, little tuck. This is tracing paper that was coffee dyed. This is graph paper. This ephemera here is from Tim Holtz collection. Some stenciling. I do a lot of stenciling throughout my journals. And here's just some ephemera that I had in my stash. And this here is ephemera from Tsunami Rose. And I kind of weathered it up a bit. Some stenciling and coffee stain. Here's a little tuck. These have been in here a while, tight squeeze. This is just some ephemera I had in my stash. This is also from Tsunami Rose. She has some awesome ephemera. Stenciling and graph paper. All the paper you see in here, it's going to be either from Memoranda or from Wallflower collection. This here's another page from that reference book that I got. I got it off eBay, and every picture has these fabulous pictures of these plants and flowers. And since these were blue, I really thought this is a Tuft Forget-Me-Not. I thought it went well with one of his clips. It's so tiny. Feels weird using it. Tracing paper. journaling card. It's all from a kit he had. I had it from long ago. Here is some just ephemera on some vellum. And a little double pocket going on there. I love this picture on the paper. It's so pretty. The back page of this, here's the other, of this signature is my favorite, I think. This is part of the catalog, and this is Edith Holden's page. I kind of made a pocket on top of a pocket, actually like a belly band on top. If I can slide this up. This piece of ephemera is from, I believe, Nick the Booksmith. Now that I got it out, that's a really good tuck spot. It's really tight. And here, that was Tim Holtz. And this was Tsunami Rose. This is Tsunami Rose. This is the image that I love. I think it is so pretty. Look at all the colors. Just gorgeous paper he has. And this here, of course, matches the material, only the material has bluebirds, where it's not blue on here. Okay, I made a double tuck. Here's a little journal card. I'll try and speed it up because we've got 3 journals, or maybe I'll make this in 3 parts. Here's an ephemera and an inventory tag. The ephemera is Tsunami Rose. A little belly band. This is from Tim Holtz kit. I wish I could think of the name of the kit. It was old. I've had it for some time now, and I haven't seen it in the stores in a long time. If I think of the name, I'll let you know. And this is an old dictionary page. And here's a quote from Frank Lloyd Wright. Just some quotes that I, like and thought I would pop in. Here's some vellum. Little pattern on there. Another one of his cards. And this is another one of those pages from that reference book. There's an image from the back I was showing you. Now here's a good stencil of what a lot of the pages have. And here's some of his pictures he uses and one of his cards. An old music page. I didn't have to coffee dye it. It's old. Some stenciling, some more stenciling, and I put little bells on here. And so they're actually long and they flop over the top. But you can cut them, you can do whatever. And the music notes. Here's another coffee dyed and treated, distressed and stenciled. A little belly band, more stenciling, tracing paper. Here's some more from the ephemera kit. Here's some more ephemera. There's a ticket. This is from Tsunami Rose, and this was from one of his kits. I'm just going to stick it in here for now. There we go. There's the dictionary. This is parchment paper from, it's for calligraphy. Here's a little pocket on a pocket with one of his cards. Here's one of Tsunami Rose ephemera, and this one's from, you can see, definitely it's from Tim Holtz with those patterns on the back. Okay, and the third signature of the birds. Tsunami Rose, and Tim Holtz. Some stenciling. Another stenciled tag. And ephemera piece. And you can guess who it is. Tsunami Rose. I think I used her throughout. And here's another quote here from Albert Einstein. Here's a couple of cards. They're from Tim Holtz. This is from Tsunami Rose. And there's one of his little clips. Some graph paper, coffee stained, and one of his little ephemera pieces. And this is a quote from Gerald Nerval. And here's some more. It's a forget-me-not. It's blue. Edith Holden. I picked it because of the berries, like on the back, on the material. There's some stenciling, again with the bells. And the little berries. This is one of Tim Holden's cards. And this is Tsunami Rose. And they've all been distressed and all that jazz. Some crazy coffee stains. Some graph paper. Another double pocket, and these again I won't pull them out, they're Tim Holtz ephemera. And the catalog, calligraphy paper, little card from Tim Holtz. This is Tsunami Rose, and this is from the catalog, and it's got the berries. I tried to coordinate it all best I could. And back here, these are two cards. One's vellum, and then the other one's just a writing journal card from Tim Holtz. And then I stuck just some seeds in there. I couldn't find any blue ones, but it was a blue pack, so I grabbed that. So that is the journey that I call. It says the journey awakens the soul on the front. And I think I'm going to make this a part 1 and bring the other 2 journals into it, a new part 2 and 3. So yeah, so let me see. What can I tell you about this last minute? It's 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And it's 100 pages, 3 signatures. So there you have it, everyone. There's Journey, and it will be available in my Etsy shop, and that will be up tonight sometime. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great week. Take care and be safe.